Hosts. My name is Kyle, and today I'm gonna show you guys how I use Alexa as sort of a virtual concierge for Airbnb guests as soon as they walk in. Remind them of the rules, expectations, little details that they either didn't read in the check-in instructions on the page, clarify things about shared access rooms, whatever it is. Because as we know, typically one person books and no one else knows the rules. Like there's just one person, communication's bad, they don't download the app, whatever it is. So what I've been doing lately is putting an Alexa in all of my units, um, just to for a handful of things. I mean, you can get them to play music, turn off the light, you can have them change the AC, you can use them for your smart locks, whatever it is. So there's a number of ways you can customize your Alexa experience. Um, you can obviously just go into your Alexa app and have them trigger a phrase, and then Alexa will say something. You could do something as simple as that for the Wi-Fi network. But to give them sort of an interactive guide for check-in, this is how I've gone about it. So you're going to want to go to voiceflow.com. And by the way, I don't have anything to sell you. I'm not affiliated with VoiceFlow. It seems to be the easiest platform to do this sort of thing on that I found so far. I just thought that this would be helpful for you guys. I made a live video maybe 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people are asking me for more details. So here it is. So this is a free service for our purposes. There's like a paid version, but I don't think any of us are going to be doing enough to where you'd have to pay for this. So you're going to create what's called a new board. After you sign up on VoiceFlow, you're probably going to want to link your your Amazon account, because it all syndicates through there. So figure out, since it's personal use, new board, enter board name, AirBNB. I hope it's not too loud where I'm at right now. Okay. We've got a new board created. And this is sort of, it looks like a circuit board, right? If it's all connected, the circuit's working. And the voice flow will run seamlessly without interruptions, and there won't be errors. All right, enter project name, whatever it is. It could be your unit name, because I have a couple of these. Man, this voice recording thing or screen recording thing is making my computer run so slow. All right. So they have a couple of templates, I think. I'm gonna try to keep this short. All right, so the home block, you can't change this. This is just where the user starts. This will be where you can say something like open blank. So you could say, for example, I have Alexa open Airbnb welcome, and it launches the skill. This is all, we're building a skill here. And before we get into that, this is all very basic, but as more and more people start using voice technology, you're going to be able to do a lot more with these things beyond just the smart locks, the smart lights, air conditioning. You're going to be able to transact point of sale purchases with voice. So people are going to be able to log into their payment account with their voice. They're going to have a personalized code or something that they can repeat back to the system. It's not quite there yet. You can still make purchases right now, but it's limited to you can buy an Alexa skill. So all that to say, if you learn how to do this, if you get familiar with voice technology, you're going to be able to put an Alexa in your Airbnb. Your guests aren't going to be able to buy anything with it because you're going to set it to disable voice purchases from your Amazon account. But I can envision a way in which guests can one day buy sort of a la carte services from you as a host. Whether, I mean, it could be anything, right? Like the possibilities are endless, but you will one day be able to like transact, um, and you won't have to actually physically go there. Whatever it is, they can enter their payment info. So, all that being said, it's good to familiarize yourself with voice technology because I think Alexas were the number one purchase for Christmas last year. So, like, people are learning how to use this stuff, and um, I believe by next year, 50% of all searches, like Google searches, Yahoo, YouTube, it's all considered searches, are going to be made by voice. So whether they're using Alexa, Siri, Google Home, by the way, this stuff does work with Google Home. You just go up to here to the top. It's like Google instead. So let's dive right in. So first, they're going to say something like, Alexa, open AirBNB welcome. This launches the skill. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to drag a block called the speak block. We're only going to be using our basic speak and choice for today. So you're going to type in what you want Alexa to say when they open. It's going to say something like, welcome to Atlanta. Do you need a refresher on the house rules? Sorry, my computer's being so slow right now because of the software stuff. See if I can exit anything to make this better. All right. You need a reminder of the house rules. So that's the Alexa speech. You're going to connect this to the home block. Like I said, circuit board. Think of it that way. So where's the thing? Here it is. All right. So you click on the start. You drag this. So it's all linked. All right. So this presents the user with a choice. Do you need a reminder of the house rules? You can say yes. And then synonyms of yes. Put yeah, put yep, put whatever. Anything you think they're going to reply with. Choice 2, no. Synonyms, no thanks. Nah. Whatever. Those are the two choices you're going to have, probably. You're not going to answer a maybe. You're just going to let them say yes or no. We're going to make this as simple as possible. This stuff gets really complex with variables and different logic sets and coding and stuff, but you don't have to know coding to do this. VoiceFlow makes it easy. All right, so choice 1 we indicated is yes. We're going to drag this to another speak block. So this indicates they wanted a reminder of the house rules. No smoking. Blah, blah, blah. So we have another speak block that is, remember, every choice is going to have 2 different outcomes. This isn't going to be super long, I promise. So no. Let's say, what are they going to say for no? You want a reminder of the house rules. The guest says no. Okay, great. Reach out to your host if you need anything. Then you can put your contact info on there, whatever works best for you. Tell them to text you, tell them to call you. Tell them to use the app. So let's say this is the end of the speak block, right? I mean, you want a reminder of the house rules? No. Okay, let your host know if you need anything. So we'll call this one final kind of exit. So you hit this little plus, and you just scroll down to exit. So it's going to end the skill. Then they can use it as needed. They can start it over. They can ask what the Wi-Fi is. You can have that pre-programmed in. They can say play music, whatever. As a precaution, while I'm on the subject, I always like to write in my So I'll put a little sign up that says, welcome. Say, I'll type this out, Alexa, open Airbnb welcome. And at the bottom, I'll say, here's a list of some other things you can say, like open Jeopardy, play Mariah Carey, uh, set a timer, where can I get a good burger, whatever it is. And then under that, I also put, feel free to unplug me during your stay, because some guests are just kind of paranoid that you're capturing their data, their voices, you're eavesdropping on them. None of this is actually happening, of course, but some people just like their privacy. So I would always give them the option to opt out and unplug the Alexa during their stay. Just write that you also want them to plug it back in when they leave. So, all right, so that's the no block. Let's say that's the end. So the only other thing we want to say, so do you want to hear the house rules? Yes. Blah, blah, blah. We don't want you to smoke. Fill it in as you will. Now, let's say at the end of the rules, you want to say, oh God, what does mine say? Do you want to, I don't know. You want to know more about the neighborhood? If this is, whenever I type anything in here, it's not actually populating. So my computer's running incredibly slow. All right, so we do another choice block. It's going to be another yes, no. You get it, right? It's very easy. It's very simple, rather. It might take you a couple hours to do all this stuff, but I promise you, once you kind of familiarize yourself, your guests are going to be impressed. It's going to show up in your reviews. One day, you're going to be able to integrate this into some sort of payment option where you can sell your guest concierge services, a la carte services for one thing or another. All right, so every choice block, you're going to need to speak blocks. And this is the last one I'll do, just to show you that it can branch off in a number of ways, and the guests really feel like they have a cool interactive experience, and they're being welcomed into the home. Since a lot of you are scaling these and not just doing one, but you're managing multiple properties, and you don't want phone calls every day asking them what the Wi-Fi password is, or how to access the laundry, or whatever else in the rules that you already told them, but they neglected to read. You want to know more about the neighborhood? Cool. This is Grant Park. That's where I live, whatever. Put whatever cool facts you want the guests to know about your neighborhood. Make them feel welcome. There's a cool restaurant around you. There's a nice park they should walk to. Because I bet half of them aren't reading the guidebooks that we all assemble for them either. So, modern problems, modern solutions. Grant Park. Let your host, let's just call this the end of the block, right? Let your host know if you have any questions. All right, so we're gonna make this an end as well. Find an exit block, or find an exit, whatever it's called. And this one's also gonna say, same thing. It's not gonna have the neighborhood info, it's just gonna say contact your hosts if you need anything. Then we can make this an exit block. So now all the loose ends are tied up. Every speech path has an end, and there's no breaks in the circuits. So you can go all out with this kind of thing. You can assign them a name. You can have it say, welcome, what's your first name? And you can capture their name and then and then Alexa will start addressing the guest by their name throughout the rest of their stay. You could say, hey, what's your name? Kyle. And then Alexa will start saying, hey, Kyle, would you like to hear more about the house rules? You can customize it. You can make it as simple as you want. You can make it super complicated. I truly have not explored this fully. I've done some of the capture stuff because I'm a real estate agent, and I use it at open houses in the listings that I have to capture email addresses from open house attendees. So I've integrated that into a Google Sheet. Whenever a user says, or like at the end of the flow, my Alexa asks them what their email address is. So they spit it out, and then Alexa captures that and integrates it into a Google spreadsheet. So it's super easy. I can collect email addresses at open houses, and I don't have to bother the person and follow them around the house and bug them and, bug them for their contact info. I can get Alexa to annoy them for me. So you can test it at any time to make sure that the speech is believable or sounds okay. I wonder if when I run this test, it's probably going to play through my headphones. So I'm not going to run the test for our purposes. Let me try to remember how to. Yes, it's in settings. So project name and invocation name project name is for your purposes. Invocation name is for what the guest says. So the guest is going to say, Alexa, open. They're always going to say open, launch, or start. Those are the three commands, and then blank. So your invocation name is going to be your skill name. You can say upstairs AirBNB. You can say side apartment, whatever it is. Like however you want to categorize this, you can do that. I think it's all, you just name the invocation, what you want the guest to say out loud. You can publish this to the actual Alexa or Google servers, but you don't have to. You can do that too in this publish. And then it gets more advanced because this is like an actual customer facing skill. We're not building a customer facing skill like a Jeopardy game or a weather update daily thing. So we're just doing it on our personal Alexa devices that we leave in the Airbnbs. So if you were to publish it direct to Amazon, it's going to have to pass their guidelines. But for our purposes, we don't need to worry about this stuff. We just need to make sure that it's uploaded onto our local Alexa device that is connected to, make sure that you're logging into your VoiceFlow account is the same account that you're using on your Amazon account with your Alexa, or vice versa with Google. So all you're going to do at the end of this is hit upload to Alexa. And then if the skill is all if there's no errors in the code, you're just going to be able to, after this finishes uploading, you're just going to be able to say, Alexa, open Airbnb on your device that's sitting right in front of you, and it's going to start the thing. So you can test it out that way and get live feedback. So that's what I do. I showed you guys in a video before what mine says when they walk in. It's literally just a reminder of the rules. And then I think it just states my phone number or the co-host phone number in order to have the guest contact us. Let's see. So I have an upstairs Airbnb, downstairs Airbnb. I'm just going to run through this and make sure I don't have anything else to add to this video before I exit out. So at the end of the day, this stuff, it's going to take you some tinkering. You know what I mean? But VoiceFlow has a lot of tutorials, video tutorials, and text documents that you can open up and view. So they have even a free version, they have quite a bit of support. There's a Facebook group and they have forums if you can't figure something out. And also feel free to message me on Facebook if you want, if you need any help kind of getting this up and running. But so far, I guess think it's cool. It saves me the hassle of having to explain stuff because I have 2 units and I manage other people's units. So if this saves me one phone call a day from a guest having to try to figure out what the code is, or like the Wi-Fi, or how to find something, where to get extra linens, whatever it is that you can just put in here. Like automation is really key. So if you're not using like an automated messenger, maybe I can make a video about that too. I probably will. Something like Superhost tools is what I use. I think Beyond Pricing maybe has an automated messenger. I don't know what my personal one's not loading. As you can see, it's just like spinning. But that's essentially what mine says. Anyway, automation is the name of the game if you're trying to scale your business. If you're co-hosting for other people, clearly, these Alexas are like $25. Your time is, as like a entrepreneur or whatever, is worth more than the hassle of getting phone calls to answer basic questions. Or in the long term, you spend $25 on Alexa, you invest 2 hours of your time into figuring out how to set up this little flow. And then you get better reviews because there's less communication breakdown. Guests give you a good review and they start raving about it because they had, they thought it was unique, interesting, whatever it is. Long term, $25 and 2 hours of your time to figure this shit out is going to go a long way for your reviews and your profits and your time. So that really wraps it up. I'm just getting the wheel of death here, so I can't show you my personal one, but it really just has the rules and makes some cool info about the neighborhood and then my contact info. But I plan on continually updating it, personalizing it. That's really, I think that's a really cool feature to be able to spit back the guest names at them. And I think some people probably at this point think that that's a little bit too futuristic and weird, and they're either going to shy away from that or they're going to unplug the Alexa. But it's going to be more and more common as people realize that these robots aren't actually listening to us, and that they're not really at risk of anything. But yeah, so that's how I use it. A lot of people asked me to make this video, so I figured I would go ahead and knock this out. But feel free to message me on Facebook. And if you do send me a message, for some reason, it ends up in spam if we don't have any mutual friends. So make sure you just, if you comment on the video too and say like, hey, I shot you a message, I'll make sure it doesn't, I'll check the spam and make sure that I actually get your message so I can help you out. That's all I got for you today. But as I expand upon this, I'm going to kind of, I'll try to make some more videos on other cool stuff you can do with this VoiceFlow thing, with Alexas, with Google Home. And this video is going to be saved in it's called Loom. So you can look at this video whenever, and it's not, I'll put a link to it in there so you can save it. And the video is going to be saved so you don't have to try to search for this video in the Facebook group. So yeah, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for listening. If you need anything in Atlanta, I'm a real estate agent and I co-host. So if you got any real estate needs, hit me up. And yeah, look forward to working on this with you guys. And I would appreciate any feedback or ideas you guys have to expand upon this new voice thing. So, all right, take care.